Hi, good Thursday morning to you, boys and girls. Miss Olvera's back. We are going to continue week 7. So, week 7, day 4. So, we're in day 4. So, we have been reading Miss Kraft is Daft. So, today I will read chapters 8 and 9. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? That's more like it. Okay, so chapter 8, it says, The Great Kraftini. It says, when we got back to class after lunch, Miss Kraft was wearing a top hat and a black cape. That was weird. I looked at the clock and it was 12:30, just a half an hour until the big book dropped. Did you have a nice lunch, Miss Kraft? Asked Andrea, the big brown noser. Who's Miss Kraft? Asked Miss Kraft. I'm the great Kraftini. Watch this. And she snapped her fingers, and there was a big poof of smoke, and an empty desk in the front of the room disappeared. Cool, we all yelled. How did you do that? Asked Alexia. Oh, a magician never reveals her secrets, said Miss Kraft. Can you make Andrea disappear? I asked. Oh, snap, said Ryan. That means Arlo. That's mean, Arlo, said Andrea. Kids learn fast when you combine teaching with magic, Miss Kraft told us. Here, I'll show you. Grab this rope, AJ, and tie me up. Tie you up? I asked. Are you sure? Sure, I'm sure, said Miss Kraft. Go ahead, make it really tight. So I wrapped the thick rope around Miss Kraft until she was completely wrapped from head to toe. Then I tied the ends together tightly, and there was no way she could escape. Excuse me, said Andrea. What could we possibly learn from this? A lot, said Miss Kraft. While I try to escape from the ropes, I want you kids to write down the 50 American states in ABC order. If I can't escape in 5 minutes, hold on, let me go back. If I can't escape in 5 minutes, or if you don't have the states in order, a 500-pound weight will fall on my head. We all looked up at the ceiling. There was a big weight hanging over Miss Kraft's head. Do you want to see? Look. Miss Kraft is Daft. That's crazy, yelled Neil the nude kid. Please don't do this, Miss Kraft, begged Emily. It is very dangerous. I must do it, said Miss Kraft. It's the only way you will learn. Hurry, the clock is ticking. Alabama? Ryan shouted. The first state is Alabama, so somebody write it down. Emily grabbed a sheet of paper and a pencil, and everybody started yelling states. Alaska, Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. What's next? Wyoming? I yelled. No, dumbhead, said Andrea. Wyoming comes last. I knew that, I lied. California, shouted Michael. The next state is California, and then comes Colorado and Connecticut. Emily wrote the states down as fast as she could. Miss Kraft struggled to free herself from the ropes, but I had wrapped them pretty tightly. 4 minutes left, shouted Alexia, so we racked our brains to put the states in ABC order. Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho. This was hard to do. Hurry, Emily shouted. 3 minutes left. Everybody was freaking out. We got Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, and Kansas. Miss Kraft couldn't get free from the ropes. She was grunting and she was sweating. Kentucky? Andrea shouted. Then Louisiana? 2 minutes left, yelled Neil. We got all the M states: Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, and Montana. 1 minute left, yelled Ryan. Hurry, hurry. Nebraska and Nevada, shouted Alexia. And then all those new states, like New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York. We were running out of time, and there was still a lot of states left. In a few seconds, the 500-pound weight was going to drop on Miss Kraft's head. North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma. 5 seconds left, shouted Ryan. There's no more left. There's no more time left. Oh, I closed my eyes so I wouldn't have to see the 500-pound weight fall on Miss Kraft's head. That's when the most amazing thing in the history of the world happened. Well, you'll never believe who walked into the door that moment. Nobody. It would hurt if you walked into a door, but you'll never believe who walked into the doorway. It was Mr. Klutz. "What's going on here?" he hollered. "Why is Miss Kraft tied up with a rope? Who did this to her?" Everybody looked at me. "AJ!" shouted Mr. Klutz. "Why would you tie up your teacher with ropes? Is that any way to show respect to a substitute?" "What did I tell you about behavior?" But. Everyone started giggling because I said but, which sounds like B-U-T-T, but, even though that it has one less T. "I'm keeping an eye on you, young man," yelled Mr. Klutz. "You are this close to being suspended." I wanted to go to Antarctica and live with the penguins. Oh, poor AJ. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 8. Now I will read chapter 9. It's called The Big Book Drop. Here we go. "Oh, don't worry about him," said Miss Kraft as Mr. Klutz left the room. "I know how to take care of principals." She also told us that the 500-pound weight wasn't really going to drop on her head. It wasn't 500 pounds either. It was made of cardboard. She said she knew we would put the states in ABC order faster if we thought a 500-pound weight was going to drop on her head. Ryan and I untied the ropes around Miss Kraft. So she had played a little trick on us. Well, that was okay because we were about to play a trick on her. I looked at the clock. It was 12:45. 15 minutes until the big book drop. "Okay, everybody," Miss Kraft said, "it's dear time." Dear stands for drop everything and read. We all have to read silently for half an hour. Ugh, I hate reading. So we all took books out from our desk, and I had a book about fighter planes that I got from the school library. Reading, it wasn't much fun, but the pictures of the fighter planes, that was cool. It was hard to concentrate on my book anyway, because all I could think about was the big book drop. I checked the clock, 10 minutes to go. I turned around to look at Ryan, Michael, and Neil, and all the other kids. Everybody was reading silently. Miss Kraft was sitting at Mr. Granite's desk, reading a book called Magic Tricks for Dummies. I moved my pile of books to the edge of my desk so it would be easier to drop them on the floor. It was going to be hilarious when we all dropped our books at the same time. 5 minutes to go. I could barely even look at my book about fighter planes. It was almost 1 o'clock, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw Ryan passing a note to Michael. I figured, he's reminding Michael to drop his book at 1 o'clock. There were only a few minutes left. Kids were snickering and whispering and passing notes back and forth. I looked at the second hand on the clock. It was sweeping around the dial. Go do 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 do. This was going to be hilarious. The second hand was getting close to the top. 12 seconds left. I got ready for the big book drop. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. It was so exciting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 o'clock. It was time. I pushed the pile of books off my desk. Boom! My books hit the floor and Miss Kraft jumped from her seat. I looked around. Nobody else had dropped their books on the floor. What? Everybody was looking at me. I probably don't need to tell you who walked into the doorway at that moment. It was Mr. Klutz, of course. "What was that loud bang?" he asked. "Arlo dropped a bunch of books on the floor," Andrea said, a little smile on her face. "Oh no, Arlo." "Why did you do that, AJ?" asked Mr. Klutz. He looked mad. I thought everybody was going to drop their books at 1 o'clock, I explained. That was the plan." "The plan?" said Mr. Klutz. "You plan to have everyone drop their books on the floor? Is that your idea of fun? One more stunt like that and you will be suspended, young man." But. And then everybody started giggling because I said but again. And that is the end of chapter 9. Oh no, boys and girls, poor Arlo. Arlo's just bad luck after bad luck with him. But should he have dropped his books? I think those notes that were getting passed around, maybe those notes were said what? What do you think those notes said? I think they said, let's not drop the books after all. We don't want to get suspended. Maybe that's what they said, right? But why didn't they tell AJ? That wasn't nice, right? Maybe we'll find out more. So tomorrow I'll be reading chapters, let me see. I will read chapters, 10, 11, and 12. Yes. Okay, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed today's Read Out Louds. I miss you guys so much. I hope you are liking these books that I'm reading. I hope you like my little classroom. This is my little classroom. And so this is where I am reading from. Now, continue looking at my videos tomorrow. Make sure to watch the video for the last chapters. And I hope you have a terrific Thursday. Bye, boys and girls.